Good morning, Acts Church. Hey, just want to take a few minutes to share with you a few thoughts from the one-year Bible reading this morning. We're fixing to start a new year, and I just want to encourage you guys. If you don't have a Bible reading plan, the one-year Bible reading plan is a great plan. Then every year you read through the Bible in a year. And so you end up reading books that you may not normally read in the Bible. And so what's also really cool about it is so many of us at Acts read the one-year Bible reading plan, and then we see each other during the day. It gives us something to talk about, like, man, did you see what God said through the prophet Micah this morning? And so today we actually are in the book of Micah, which again, Micah is the name of a prophet. So I just want you to think about that for a minute. Read all these different books, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Micah, Malachi. And these guys are prophets. They were prophets in the Old Testament. They were prophets for Israel. And so if they're prophets, what's happening in these books is they are prophesying. They are prophesying about things that eventually happened, but they're also prophesying about things that haven't happened yet. And so think about this. 1/3 of the Bible is prophecy. And much of that prophecy has already been fulfilled, but much of it hasn't yet. And so God wants us to know and to be aware of things that are coming. And so Micah, much of what he prophesied has already happened, but some of what Micah prophesied hasn't happened yet. And keys to, really a major key to understanding the Bible, I hear many people, like, they read the Bible, and we've all been there, right? Like, read through the Bible, like, I just don't understand. But a key to understanding the Bible, because so much of it is prophecy, a key is understanding the order of events that are going to take place. And so not just what's already taken place, which that is super helpful if you understand history, but also understanding the history of the future, understanding through Bible prophecy what's going to take place. So the more you understand the order of events, the more you'll understand the Bible, because so much of it is prophecy. So Micah prophesies and talks about things that have already happened, but then we get to chapter 4, and he actually begins to prophesy about something that hasn't happened yet. And so I want to read this with you. It's Micah 4, verse 1. In the last days. So guys, I believe we're on the verge. We're right at the end of this time on the earth, which will usher in the beginning of the last days. And it says this: in the last days, the mountain of the Lord's house, that's talking about the mountain in Jerusalem, Mount Zion, where the temple was built. The mountain of the Lord's house will be the highest of all, the most important place on earth. So in the last days, this will be the most important place on the earth. He is prophesying something that is going to happen. It will be raised above other hills, and people from all over the world will stream there to worship. People from many nations will come and say, "Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of Jacob's God. There he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the Lord's teaching will go out from Zion. His word will go out from Jerusalem." So, actually, let me read you the next verse. The Lord will mediate between peoples, and he will settle disputes between strong nations far away. So, what it's talking about here is a time that we call the Millennium. This is when Jesus will return to the earth at the end of the tribulation, and he will set up his earthly kingdom for 1,000 years. And he will rule and reign in Jerusalem, in the temple. The temple will be rebuilt. He'll rule and reign in Jerusalem for 1,000 years. And it says, like, man, people from all over the world, the people that are here on the world in that time, will stream to Jerusalem. Well, of course they will. Jesus will be there. And he will mediate between nations. He will be the ultimate ruler on the earth for 1,000 years. Now, I know it's hard for us to wrap our minds around something like that, but imagine the Old Testament people wrapping their minds around Jesus would mean that God would send his son to die on a cross. Yet it was prophesied. And so just because it's hard for us to wrap our minds around doesn't make it any less true. So I want to encourage you today that as you read the scriptures, that you begin to unpack and understand the order of events that are going to take place. And then when you read things like this, you understand it, it makes sense, and it gives us something to put our hope in, to look forward to, that Jesus has won, but he also will win as he comes to the earth to rule and reign for 1,000 years. And man, I hope this helps you. I hope it blesses you as you read through the scriptures. Don't get to these books and think they have nothing for me. Man, Micah has a lot for you this morning. All right, bless you guys. Have a great day.